Please let me back in your arms. Beat it, beat it. No one beat it. Show them how funky, strong is your fight. She say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why do you do me that way? You knock me off of my feet now, baby. Eee. The way you're making me feel really turns me on. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving to the loving care, and I'll take you there, take you there, take you there. Look, the Micah movie hit theaters a week ago, last weekend, and it killed. It broke records. Everybody's just excited about the movie. I said, okay. Jermaine Jack got his son Jafar got him in there to play his brother, and the reviews all over the place, and so I said I knew I was gonna go see the movie eventually. So last night it was my chance. You know the Tuesday $6 Tuesday movies. I thought I'd take my time and go and see. Now it's probably up to $400-500 million by now. It's been a whole week. Hell, I made $217 million on the first Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the next weekend. The next week. Going into the next week, I'm up to $500 million. I need to check that out. But anyway, it might do $1 billion. I think it's nostalgia. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I watched the movie, and I really watched the movie, and some people are like, wow, I felt this way during this scene, or wow, I felt this way during that scene. Y'all, and I'm gonna be honest, because Michael Jackson is the king. Will always be the king. Pop, soul, Mike is the king. He's broken all kinds of records that people who are still alive, even after his death years ago, to 2009, they cannot come close to beating a lot of his records. Maybe because I've seen a lot of these Michael Jackson movies, like the Michael Jackson American Dream. That movie came out. Everybody, that's the movie. And I don't know. I walked away with the movie. I didn't really feel either way. I watched the movie, and I watched the performances, and I didn't leave the movie feeling in the county. I really didn't. I'm like, okay, great. The acting's cool. Neil Long, they played the same Catherine, the way Catherine was played by Angela Bassett. The same old, stand there and watch Joe Jackson. Legends in the living room, and let's see, the boys did their part. The little boy did a good job as playing the little Michael the same way. What's the young brother's name? He's grown now. What's his name? He played him first. Um, Damn. He grew up and played a lot of stuff. He played in Thea, that old show. He played in ATL. What's that brother's name? Webster. Oh, shucks. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Jason Weaver. Thank you, Rashida. Jason Weaver did a good job. So it's pretty much the same Michaels. Michael, the brooding, afraid of his dad, little boy, off to himself. My friends are in books, and my friends and animals, and he was just to himself, just never got a chance to really mature into a fully developed adult. That storyline. So they really went in on that storyline. I said, we've seen this story before. It's shot to Antoine Fuqua being the director. I'm glad he was able to get that opportunity, because I love Antoine Fuqua as a director. If I want to do a movie starring a man like men, Antoine Fuqua would be the man, because he believes in black men being masculine and being men on film. He doesn't play all that old weird stuff. Y'all know Antoine Fuqua? He's married to the woman we come to know. Layla Rashawn. In Harlem Nights, she was um, Sunshine, And in Wayne Tex Hill, she played the kind of ditzy, cute, fine mother lover. And then Boomerang, I think her dog was name was Kirby, the cute one, but she had the so-called the messed up toes. She's been fine all her life. So shout out to Layla Rashawn. Very definitely an icon in black movies. We love you, Layla Rashawn. And Antoine Fuqua, I was married to her, and I won't get into any messiness about anything else. I'll just say shout out. But was it Jonathan? What's up? Right on. What's up? Thank you. You said looking fresh, sir. Right on. And so, and what else about the movie? I'm telling you, I was looking for a part where I can be moved, and I wasn't really moved. And I'm telling you, anyone knows that I think Michael literally walks on water. Moonwalking my ass. Michael Jackson walked on water. Uh, but the movie, I mean, his nephew did okay. He did a good job, and Michael. They've had Michael Jackson impersonators that look closer to him than he did. But I'll say this, Jafar, you really did the rehearsals. You really put the work in. You did the practice because you actually looked pretty good doing your uncle's dance move. The lip syncing was good. I think some of the singing he did himself. Aesthetically, the movie looked good. But I just wasn't. Maybe because if you're part of Gen X, we were there. I'm 57, so I was there when a lot of Michael Jackson drama. I was a full-grown adult when they was taking him through all that child molestation accusations and all that kind of stuff. And I was there when Billie Jean first hit MTV. Now I always heard the story about how he got on MTV. Epic Records or CBS. Was it with CBS? They threatened me to pull all their white artists. They didn't play Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson in the movie they showed how it was allegedly done. The guy got on the phone and all that blah blah. But I've already known how Michael Jackson became the first black artist to be played on MTV. The MTV started in 1980, 1981. I watched every video from 81 to 84, 83. From 80 to 83, when they had nothing but all white and pop artists. And I learned all those damn songs. Yeah, living in North Memphis. I knew all of them from the flock of seagulls, and I ran so far away, and nice for a white wedding. I knew all of the songs. Oh, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. And what's another one? Banana Rama and stuff. I knew all those songs. John Cougar Mellencamp. First one, he was Johnny Cougar Mellencamp. What's his name? Born in the USA. I was born in all. I knew all those damn songs. And so I'm a legitimate 80s baby when it comes to rock, pop, soul, R&B, all of that cool stuff, and rap. So, and then after Michael Jackson Prince came next with Little Red Corvette. So I saw all of that. And I'm saying all this to say that, it's entertaining, and I think the new generation will love it. It's there for them. It's cool. But I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I left that movies like, okay, it was cool. And I couldn't even make myself just, the little scenes and stuff. It was cool. I didn't have no faint moment, or I didn't tear up at any scenes, or no, be emotionally moved by any particular scenes. I was just, so okay, they did another Michael Jackson movie. They're gonna make a killing off of it because it's Michael Jackson. But what stuck out is what stuck out in the original movie. They continued to dumb down on making Joe Jackson, and here it is. Oh shucks, hold on, I'm dropping my bag here. So I got off from like subbing and stuff. I keep my backpack with me, and so they are hell bent on making Joe Jackson this monster. Yeah, they showed Joe Jackson whoop Michael's ass. There's a particular reason that Janet Jackson didn't want to be a part of the movie. Did y'all know that? And so they showed Joe put that belt across Michael's ass, and guess what? I'm sure in real life he whooped all the boys' ass. But they wanted to focus on Michael. I'm sure they'll tell. I'm sure Jackie, Tito, Marlon, Randy, all of them can tell you that, yeah, he whooped all our ass. But they want to focus on how Joe abused the boys, and I get it. But be that as it may, you and I would not be calling him the king of pop and the greatest of all time if it were not for his father, Joe Jackson. We're gonna put some respect on Joe Jackson's name. We may not approve of the methods he used in disciplining his son, disciplining his boys, and with a kind of backwards mindset, and a lot of times manipulative mindset. But Joe Jackson created the Jacksons. Joe Jackson created and made Michael Jackson. He put that work ethic in them. He had them up rehearsing, even when they had to go to school. Y'all know how it works. Y'all think the greatest is it's just part of air. You have to be almost formed. You have to practice. Everybody that you know, it's kind of rough how they became all these people we've come to admire. You know, Muhammad Ali was the greatest, but if you go in his background, you're going to see some nonsense. Mike Tyson, the greatest. You go in his background, see how he came up with some nonsense. And the same thing with Michael Jackson and his brothers, the Jacksons. Now, I don't like them sitting around here making Joe Jackson the face of evil fathers. I don't like that. That's the same damn thing they did with Ike Turner. Come to find out, Ike Turner wasn't this monster that Hollywood want to make him out to be. I don't like that shit. Black men are just that. Black men are the background and the root cause of a lot of greatness. They promoted and create a lot of this because they're black men. They don't get the credit they deserve. And so now, after their deaths, Ike Turner, now we're finally put some level of respect. If it wasn't for Ike Turner, there'll be no Tina Turner. And she just went on with that lie, he beat me. Well, bitch, you was there for 19 years. You got your ass kicked for 19 years, not 19 days or 19 months. But then, I guess you got all you can get from Ike Turner. Yeah, he was ignorant, he was all, but you stayed with him to get what you want. Then you moved over. All of a sudden, you this great queen. Well, thanks to Ike Turner, you became the queen of rock and soul, Tina Turner. But let Brown tell it, Tina Turner, you weren't that great of a human being either. You around there smacking hoes, fighting chicks too, allegedly. So that's the part of the movie I didn't particularly care for. And then let me tell you something about the guy that portrayed Ike Turner, Salvador Domingo, whatever the hell his name is, and the makeup artist. Yeah, y'all, when you go see the movie, y'all gonna see these. Notice the camera angles. Antoine Fuqua, you wrong for this, bro. I know y'all be happy to get these particular major studio roles, but you ain't have to do all that, man. In the movie, I noticed to make Joe Jackson so menacing, they made his face damn near bigger than the scene when it comes to, like, let's say, Michael, did you hear me, boy? And put his face all up in Michael like a monster. And the way they did Joe Jackson's makeup in the movie just had him looking just crazy. I ain't like that. And Placido Domingo, Salvador Domingo, Marquez, whatever the hell his name is. That shit wasn't cool, bro. And Antoine Fuqua, you shouldn't have done that, bro. That wasn't cool. I'm tired of these black folks participating in the destruction of black male images. I'm sick of y'all. And yeah, so that's what I left with. I left with the obvious and the very overt attack on the black male image. Yeah, Joe Jackson was an angel, but y'all didn't have to do that to his image in the movie. Like Michael's like, yeah, I got away from him. I can't do it. Can't nobody stop Joe. Get out of here, man. You were 20, 21 years old talking this shit. But, and Catherine just sit there, again with that limp, like she couldn't do anything. So if I were to give the movie a grade, I'd give it maybe a B minus, all because of how they purposely, it's about to start raining. Damn, you start talking, but that never gets busy. So anyway, You know, just pay attention when you go see the movie. Look at how they try to make Joe Jack's face look like this, just big as shit. How towering over Michael, like he's just some kind of ogre. And with all this, the one for him wouldn't be the legends that they are. You can take that. You know, we're gonna make him to be the monster, but also give him the credit for creating these legends that we admire so much, and give black men credit for a lot of stuff that black men have done, but the credit has been buried or passed on to somebody else or minimized, but trying to make sure whatever human flaws they have, that takes precedent over the great contribution they've made into all genres of music and all aspects of our lives and social life. I don't like that. Yeah, it's gotten so bad now. Got this. I'm gonna talk about this in another video. Now the gays gonna try to come out along with the feminists, say black men are a cancer to society, to the black community. I'm gonna deal with that in another video. This rain is about to get on my ass. I just want to give y'all my thoughts of the movie. Y'all be cool. It's your man Rico, Rico the Opinionist, and I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be cool. Peace.